I know who I am. I love who I am. I daily improve and grow. I am self-motivated and always inspired to excel. I have a clear vision. I have hope and faith. I believe in myself and my dreams. I am purpose-driven. My gifts and abilities are activated. I operate with full efficiency. I sweatlessly triumph in all things. I create the future of my dreams. I am daily transformed and translated. I operate supernaturally. I activate my divinity. I am practical and real. I have the ability to attain, consolidate, and aspire to new levels of success, wealth, and well-being. I positively critique and review my position and situation for improvement. I advance and grow daily. I am empowered to be all that I was created to be. Welcome to the Transformation Show. I've got a question for you. How many hours a day do you get to sleep for? That's right. Think about it. Do you get as much as 7 to 8 hours sleep every day? Because that is what is recommended. Now, when you go to sleep, you're like a battery and you recharge your energy that carries you through all day. If you find that in the course of the day, you don't have the right energy, like a battery you've run down by 12 noon or by 2 p.m., then you're not sleeping well. You're not resting well. When we talk about sleep, it's not just about laying in bed. We're talking about you having what we call random eye movement sleep. That's REM sleep, deep sleep. And in your sleep, you're able to rest so that your body rejuvenates itself. Your body reconstructs itself. Your body replenishes itself, which is one of the greatest benefits of sleep. Do you know that the way you sleep determines the way you wake up? The way you wake up determines the way your day starts. The way your day starts determines the way your day ends and the way your day runs. The way your day ends determines how you sleep. That's right. It's a cycle. Make sure that you're in rest mode. Make sure that you are in peace mode. Make sure that you are conserving your energy by hanging around the right people, by doing the right things, because hanging around the wrong people can drain you of energy. Do an audit of the people around you and the things around you and ask, do I surround myself with energy vampires? Fun, recreation, and rest is critical to absolute performance and productivity in your life. Do you love what you do? Do you do what you love? Do you take time, right, to rest? Do you take time for recreation? Weekly, daily, monthly, yearly? It's important for you to incorporate fun and recreation into everything you do. That's right, because you know what? It's not just about work, and it cannot just be about work. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Welcome to this episode of the Transformation Show, and follow Vinuyon Ramos as she takes on Mary, right? And they coach in the area of fun, recreation, and rest. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Mary Ajagwe, and I am a writer, podcaster also. So for a very long time, I've had a lot of struggle with fun, recreation, and rest. I've had it very hard to be able to settle down and have myself be calm, because I felt like I had too much going on the inside of me, and so I was not really able to relax. And so I signed up to be coached in this particular area of my life because I just felt like I need some clarity and I need to even be aware more of what my problem is or maybe what my challenge is.
Hi, Mary. How are you today?
I'm very well. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How's your day been? It's about 1 o'clock where you are as well, right?
Yes, it is.
So where are you? You actually where? Where are you located?
I'm in Lagos, Nigeria right now.
Okay. Do you know where I am? I'm in the UK, so we're connecting abroad over the sea, over the Atlantic. But it's all gonna be good. So thank you so much for signing up for this coaching, and I'm looking forward to a lovely time with you, a lovely session. So you must have seen an advert or what some form of information that got you interested in this coaching in particular? So tell me, what caught your attention about this coaching opportunity so that we will start from there?
Okay, so first off, I don't think that you hear that people get coached on fun, recreation, and rest. I think it's just something that a lot of us happen into and we just move through. But then I believe that there's a way that it should be. And just like how you get coached for career, you get coached for relationship, I also think that you could get coached for fun, recreation, and rest. And for me, that's also why I signed up for this, because I struggle in that area. I believe that I'm fun. I think at least I think so. I think I'm fun, but I don't think that I'm having fun. And I believe that, so for me, right, one of the goals that I had this year was to just enjoy life. And I mean, fun, recreation, and rest can give me that. So
I'm so happy you said you believe that you are fun and you believe that this is something that you should look into. So that means that somewhere in your mind, you have an idea of what fun, recreation, and rest looks like. So describe to me, what does that look like to you based on your understanding and the way you perceive fun, recreation, and rest?
okay, so I think that there are three different words, but they have like an alignment. So fun for me should be doing something that excites me. I mean, not going on roller coasters, but doing something fun, like say dancing. So I like to dance. So dancing for me is fun. Recreation. So there's something that I want to do and has been on my mind for a while, and that is painting. I don't think I was very artistic paint-wise in school, because I think that I kept on getting the shapes wrong and everything, and I want to try that out. So I would put that in the category of recreation, just doing something that relaxes me. And then for rest, I feel like there's a lot of activity internally, and I need to be calm and operate from that place. I feel like the real me would evolve when I'm able to just quieten all the activity that's going on and all the bubbling in my head and all of that. So yeah, so to me, that's what the three words mean. I don't know if that makes any sense though.
It does, and I'll try and make sure that I understand what you just described. So for what you just described, when you think about fun, you think about dancing. You love dancing. And when you think about recreation, you think that you want to, you desire to be able to draw, to create, to paint. And you think painting would give you that fulfillment in that area. And when you think about resting, it's about that calmness, that calm state that you're able to then elicit your true self, as in who you really are, will come out when you can calm down and be in a state of rest. Is that what I understood you said? Okay.
Right.
So the dancing, when you think about dancing and like you described, I could see that you were looking like you were remembering the times you used to dance. Even as I talk about dancing, I can see you're smiling, you're nodding, you're like, yes, yes, yes. So what was it like? As in, describe the feeling. What were you feeling like when you were able to dance without thinking about all the things you said and thinking about now? Describe what it felt like.
It felt good. It felt stressless, effortless. It felt very exciting. And I feel like when I dance, I get into a very creative space. I have this thing when I'm dancing and I'm having a lot of pictures flowing through my head. And I'm thinking about a lot of things, creating basically with pictures. So dancing for me does that. I get that feeling of creativity when I dance.
So imagine yourself, right, at this point in time, looking away from everything else. How would you feel when you again at this stage, because you're telling me that this dancing was years ago when you were much younger and you have a lot of concerns. So now with all the concerns, if you could still dance, how would you feel? How would you describe that stage? What will it do for you going back to that place of being able to dance? Now, that was what it was like before. Right now, if you're able to do that, how would you feel? what are the feelings you would have? What would it do for you?
I think I'd feel like a child again. I would feel like I didn't have any worries in the world and I could just be without stressing about anything. I feel like that would be me. I feel like that would be fun. Yeah, I think those are the feelings basically that I can think of right now.
And what would all that do for you?
So I think that would make me happy.
What else would it do for you?
It make me smile more.
What would smiling do for you? What would that mean?
So I think that would mean that I come off across to people as someone that they can be around. Like I don't have the world on my shoulders, you know, and because people say that, I mean, I've heard people say that I have a very straight face and I can always be very, like, I've got a lot, you know, happening with me. And sometimes that's not even what it really is. But I feel like, you know, dancing could just get me in a place where I'm just very excited and I'm welcoming, and people can see that I'm very open and free and very relatable to be with.
So if you look at the fun, recreation, and rest, we've spoken about the fun side, which is the dancing side. So you've spoken about creativity as well with the dancing that will make you more creative. So tell me, that creative part, you described painting, what other thing gives you that? Because you spoke about dancing now as something that helps you feel creative. What does creative mean to you? What does creative mean to you? Describe what creative means to you.
So creativity to me is being able to breath something out of the normal, like not the usual thing, you know, like an original, you know, and something authentic really. So that's what creativity means and feels like to me.
And dancing, did you now say dancing helps you get to that state?
Yes, it does.
So there's a link between the dancing and your creativity, which brings about fun,
yeah,
and recreation. They're all linked in that respect. That's what we're saying. Okay. So when it comes to your current state, how you're looking at everything, you know that there's a need for coaching and you want to be able to experience these feelings again. What is likely? So if we're going to let's start with the goal. What would be your outcome today if we're able to get you to the desired place? What would that place look like at the end of this session? What would you want to see yourself working towards? What's that desired goal?
Total freedom. The ability to be myself without feeling like I have to hide a part of me because it might not be acceptable to people, or because people might think like, oh, but you know, she talks about God all the time. How can she be dancing to such? Because I like R&B a lot, and hip hop, and you know, so I struggle sometimes with trying to balance that. And sometimes I want to show this side of me because I'm not always all serious and thinking about life and advising people about life and trying to just be that for everybody. I just want it to be that, you know what, you can be all of these things seriously and you can also be fun and just relax and not be stressed about life. So I think that's what the outcome will be like for me. Like I find that perfect balance and I don't have to be ashamed about anything. So I feel like I have to explain myself.
So if you think about it, what do you think makes dancing such an issue for you to enjoy at this point? Why do you think something must have happened? Tell me, what do you feel like when you think about dancing? Not the dancing itself, that makes you not want to go out and dance? What does it feel like when you think about dancing right now?
So I think that a little bit would be the religious aspect of me, because I feel like there's still that struggle, that internal struggle. So I'll give you an example. So recently I felt like there are songs that I like to dance to, like hip hop, like way 90s. I'm a 90s kid, so I like songs from the 90s and even, you know, way back. And I tend to just sometimes listen to this music and they remind me of my childhood. Joe, I spent a lot of time alone, but I enjoyed myself. And so I feel like because of the music, I feel like maybe God might not like that. So I think that restricts me a lot. You know how they say, oh, stop listening to the secular music, then there's gospel music. And I'm just like, I want to be able to enjoy what I feel is good for me without having any religious bias over my head and wondering, oh, would God really be pleased with me listening to this type of music? You know, and the fact that I'm dancing to it. Because sometimes when I listen to gospel music, I'm dancing like I would dance if I was listening to hip hop. So there's that struggle, and so yeah.
So so if I heard you right, you'd dance at the moment. You love dancing to whatever music you come in contact with. However, you feel restricted because there are other kinds of music that actually reminds you of when you used to have so much fun. Listen to that kind of music. And currently, when you listen to those songs and you feel like dancing like you used to dance, something stops you, restricts you from releasing yourself to dance because it is termed secular music. And that makes you feel like you are not having fun. It stops you from having fun and enjoying yourself. And that creativity seems like it's being inhibited, it's being hindered.
Yeah.
So do you feel more creative dancing to secular music or which of them makes you feel more creative?
So when I listen to gospel songs, I mean, not all gospel songs, because it's just something that gels with me. I feel very connected to God. And when I listen to hip hop, there's a part of me that feels like God is looking down on me and just smiling. And there's a part of me again that struggles with the fact that God could actually be smiling at me dancing. So it's somewhere in between, all of that.
So what does the Bible say about music? What do you believe about music? What is it that makes you think, nah, God might not like me dancing to this music? What's your understanding?
So I don't even think that it's the Bible. I just think that it's what I've heard as I started to get into certain religious, places, and they just make you feel like it has to be God 24/7 all the time. Like God is staring at you and like, have a mission for you here on earth. So I'm using this place because that's exactly how it feels to me when I get those messages. So I just think that it's not really the Bible, it's just what I've heard that has created something like you have to be this way with God. If you're not this way, then there's a problem, so, or you're not good enough, something like that.
It's not good enough. So if you think about it, and this God we're talking about, right? Is it about him or about the people? Which one bothers you the most? What people will say or what God will feel about your state?
I think it's a blend of both.
It's a bit of both. Okay, so let's start with God. So what do you think God's view is? When you said to me, you described that he was smiling when you were happy, listening to the music, and then maybe when you were dancing, he wasn't happy. What are you thinking about then? What makes you feel that way?
I feel like, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm crying. This is not supposed to be emotional. But
it's okay. It's okay. You're fine. You're fine. You're doing
well. So I feel like in that moment, God looking at me just dancing kind of makes me feel like a child that is just loved. And that I'm not judged. And that he likes me the way I am. and I don't have to pretend because he can see me anyways. So
does it matter what anybody else feels at this point in time when God, who created you, feels that way? Think about that. How do you think? What really matters now?
I think that it does matter, maybe because of the environment that I'm in. Because I feel like I want people to accept that part of me. So without tagging me, I feel like I want that. There's a part of me that sometimes think, oh no, don't worry about it. But then there's still that part of me that feels like I want to be accepted. That this is Mary, she likes to dance, and God loves her for it, you know. So I don't know, I just feel that.
So if we're gonna look at it in the way that there are things that I'm sure you do right now that not everybody accepts. Do you have anything you can think of that is not everybody's cup of tea, but you do it right now?
I'm trying to think of something. I don't know, I can't seem to think of anything that
What about your faith? Does everybody accept your faith?
So I don't know if they do. But then I feel like there are certain people in my life that, because of how I know that they are not very spiritually inclined, at least the way that I think about it, you know. I don't think I should say spiritually, religiously inclined, you know. I think nobody has outrightly said to me, you know, this is it, but I just feel like they might just have thoughts in their head like, this girl that's always acting very, you know, spiritual. Oh, I think I had that in the past too, you know. I'm always acting very spiritual and all of that, and holy. So I don't know, but well, I think that's it. I don't know if I'm making any sense too.
But does that stop you from believing and doing what you do in your faith?
No.
So then, if you think about your dancing and what has anybody ever said to you that, or Tara, tell me who has said to you that that's not Christian dance, you shouldn't dance to Christian music? Tell me who has said that to you before in the past.
So they didn't exactly say, oh, this is not Christian dance, but I got comment like, now wow, Mommy Gio, there's something like that, you know, in that flow. And on the flip side, I remember that the first day I danced, you know, so there was a day I just felt like, and I danced and I recorded myself dancing, and I posted it on my WhatsApp status. And a friend of mine also who I think also kind of struggles with, you know, these two, being herself and all of that. Like on the other side, she would like to go to a bar and take a drink and not be bothered, you know. And I remember when I posted that video, and she goes like, wow, this is you, so you can, you know. And I felt like we connected deeply because of that. Like she felt like, okay, now she looks like she's relatable and she's not sitting on some spiritual or some religious high seats. And since then, the relationship has been very, very, very okay. So, yeah.
How do you feel about that kind of relationship?
I think that kind of relationship is healthy. And it helps me to be myself and be vulnerable and just be really funny.
So if we're going to choose the kind of people you wanted to accept you or to be in your space, what kind of people would they be?
I think it would be people like this, my friend that I mentioned.
So if you look at your environment then, is it something that you need to consider? So who do you need to be around you in this time? Do you see the kind of people, because Tell me, who's going to stop you? Now that we talked about it, we look at your environment, who around you, what can stop you from enjoying this thing that you so desire and you want to experience?
I think the people that I have on my contact list as church people. I don't know if that came out right, but
I understand what you mean, that your immediate circle of friends are all church goers.
Most of them, I met them in church, yes. So
and is that everybody around you? That's everybody within your circle. You don't have anybody outside that circle.
No, that's not everybody in my circle.
So you have other people. So,
yeah, I have other.
So let's look at it this way then. So I want you to imagine, right, that you begin to dance the way you want to dance. And you begin to, you see, you're so happy thinking about it. You play the music, you dance, you put it on social media, and you begin to attract people. How does that affect your Christianity and your love for God and your being able to reach out to people? Because what you're telling me is that when you feel like you're going to be looked down upon by your immediate environment of friends. However, you love to do it. So look at it. What are the pros of you doing it and the cons? So let's look at the benefits of you doing it first. How would that look? You start playing the music, you start dancing. First for yourself, you've described how you feel, but in spite of what people are going to say at this point in time, tell me again how you feel, and then we'll go to the other side in a second. Tell me, how would you feel if you don't have anybody stopping you and you're just doing it? How would you feel?
I think I'm just going to go ahead and just dance anyways. And I think that I would just be very happy. Very happy. Like very happy.
I'm very creative. Tell me, what would you create? What kind of do creativity-wise? After dancing every day, you play to music, to social media, people are telling you of the music, you've lifted their spirit, all the positive things you've imagined. How would that make you become? What kind of creativity will come out of you? Imagine and tell me for a second. Just think, how creative would you become?
I think that I would just be free to express myself however it comes. I think that I would be able to write more. I think that I'll be able to share more. And I think that at the height of all of that feeling is the fact that I would be able to let people know that you can be everything. You can be everything that you are without any inhibitions, without any struggle for acceptance. And you can just really be. I think that would be it at the height of that.
I'm actually just loving and enjoying the picture you're painting. And I think that's your desired outcome. That's what you really want to be. And in that place, are you going to be depleted or are you going to be recharged? Do you feel empowered or disempowered in that state you just described?
Oh no, I feel like I'm going to be very strengthened, mind-wise even. I feel like I'm going to be charged with so much positivity. It would almost seem like I've got a positive charger plugged to my brain.
You're like, oh, you can do anything at that point.
I can do anything.
Okay, so if we considered these church friends and this environment that you respect so much and you appreciate so much and you don't want to upset them, if you follow that norm, the question I ask, what would that cost you? If you don't do this thing because of those conditions, how would you feel going forward?
I think I'll still feel caged.
So, if you think about it, and you could, what options do you have now? Looking at the pros and the cons, what are the things that you think you could do in spite of what it looks like that is within your power? You talk to me. So think about it. You looked at the good side of it, you look at the bad side of it, and you're saying to yourself that, what can I do to enjoy that feeling that I so desire that made me come for this coaching session? What are the things that you could do? What are the steps you could take?
I think the first step would be to just start dancing again. The second thing would be to enjoy myself while I'm doing it. The third thing would be to not be bothered about it, what anybody will say, because I mean, they haven't really said anything. It has just really been in my head. So I think that it would be for me to get out of my head, and until I am accosted, sort of, until I am challenged. I don't know if the right word to use is challenge. Until someone says to me, you shouldn't dance like that, you shouldn't do this, then I'll be able to say, why not? You know, so I think get out of my head and not overthink it. I also think that I would be a bit considerate in terms of not just immediately wanting to post out there because I'm like, oh, let's have this battle where let me see if you're really going to say anything, like in your face kind of thing. I'm not going to do that. I'm just really going to do this because I enjoy doing it. And so I feel like that would make me not feel like I'm in a battle with anybody. Whereas maybe if I look at it, I'm the one fighting myself on the other side. So I think that those are the things that I would do.
So if I understood you right, it's really letting yourself be and do what you desire to do. But the motive being for yourself, doing it right, not because you want to prove a point or you want to challenge the opposition out there. And then if at all you get opposed, you have a response because you are coming from a place where you have thought it through, you want to do it, you know why you're doing it, and you don't feel that sense of condemnation or judgment. You know, you said you are out of your own head because everything that's going on is in your head at the moment, and it's how you are interpreting people's actions, responses, and questions. Because when they asked you in the past, you could have given them an answer, but you already processed the answer in your head of what they were saying that you didn't know they were saying.
Yeah, very true.
That sounds very, very positive. I mean, the beauty of this is that when you think of the options that you've just given me, the things you're going to do, then you're able to begin to think through what the likelihood of the next steps will be. So what could possibly go wrong apart from being challenged and opposed? What other thing could stop you from following this through, from beginning to dance before we move on to rest?
I don't think anything can stop me as long as I'm out of the way, you know, I'm out of my head. I don't think anything can stop me from being this, from doing
So how do you feel in your head right now about the whole concept of dancing? Tell me, on a scale of 1 to 10, when we started, where were you and where are you now in your head when it comes to dancing?
I think when we started, I was a bit clustered up in my head and in my heart. But I don't know if I should read that a 10 being high, like really clustered.
10 being very, very worried about it, and then
very worried about it. And now I could say that I'm on a 4. Like, I'm not really worried.
So, like my coach would say, their father, you don't care, you don't send.
Okay.
My coach, Larry would say, their father, and you're going to do what you want to do. So what will get you from a 4 to a 0, a rest about it, because we're going to go to rest now. That calm state that when you think about dancing, you're actually looking forward to it and you can't wait to turn on the music and begin to move your body. What will get you to a 0? Between you're 4 right now, we're in a good place, but how do we get to 0? What do you think needs to happen to get to 0?
I think to totally clear doubt that God loves and accepts me just the way that I am. I think that would be like what would be the crux of everything for me, would just be to get to that point where I'm just like, God likes me dancing. I mean, He gave me the gift in the first place. The fact that I could move to sound and be, in alignment with sound, I didn't give to myself that. He gifted me that. And so I think that's a good place to think about everything. Like, it's His gift, so I'm going to use it.
Beautiful. So I'm not sure whether you are aware of the particular procedure that we do when we are anxious about something or we're troubled about something. I just made a statement right now that God loves me just the way that I am. And you need to love that you as well, because that would help you accept the things that you desire and get to that place of total calm and rest. And that would be because there's an emotion that is still showing up when you think about dance that we want to get rid of completely, so that when you feel it, you just do something called tapping. Are you aware of tapping at all? You might be, because again, you said you were around coaches before. Do you understand? Do you want me to just tell you exactly what it's all about? Should we just show you? Okay.
So I know tapping, but then I don't think I remember the meridians to tap on. Except this part.
So the only the head ones. Is that because that is your? There's a way they say it in Africa. But if your head is not correct, you have to tap on your head. So to get your head to reset your head, you tap on it. So that's what you remember. To correct your head.
Correct. I said right.
To set your head, for all the other parts, you don't realize what it is. Okay. All right. So it's not just the head, it's the different meridians that we need to tap in to get your right state. I just love it. I love it. Okay. So ideally I would tell you, so like you take your two fingers, your middle two fingers, and I want you to pick. So anytime you feel this anxiety, right, on your I use what are you left-handed or right-handed?
I use my right more.
Okay, your right hand. So to your left hand, I want you to like a chop knock, like small chop knock, like a So take your two fingers here, and then I want you to we're gonna tap, and you're gonna follow me, and I'll tap all the meridians that will release your state into that calm state and able to elicit all that negative emotions that you're feeling when you think about dancing. And as you do that, then you really be like in a sort of their father. When you dance, you will be free of all the negative emotions that could go and stop you from dancing. We're going to dance. It's a season for dancing for you. So we're releasing you into freedom to dance and express yourself and become your creative self. So each time you feel like you're at a 4, because we want to get you to 0 now, and every time you come back to that place, you're able to get back to 0. So remember where you are right now on the scale of 1 to 10. So you're at 4. We're trying to get to 0 right now, okay? So you're going to tap, and as you tap, you're going to say, even though I feel uncomfortable about dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am. Does that make sense? So you're going to say this statement, even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am. So they're going to set that up now. So can you say that? Let me hear you say that a few times and keep tapping.
Okay, so even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am. Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am. Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am. Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am. Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am.
Okay, so we're going to go tapping. We're going to go with your small finger first and say the same thing and just follow me. Even though
I feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am.
Next finger.
Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am. Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am. Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am. Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am.
We're going to the head now. Tap on the middle of your head just there. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Even though I
feel uncomfortable dancing to secular music, I really love and accept myself just the way I am.
Your forehead.
Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to circular music. I love, 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 and accept myself just the way I am.
Beside your eye here, yeah, that's where you know. I love it. I feel
Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to circular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am.
Under your eyes. Mm-hmm.
Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to circular music, I love and accept myself just the way I am.
Underneath your nose here, even though
I feel uncomfortable dancing to circular music, I love, love, and accept myself just the way I am. Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to circular music, I love, 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 and accept myself just the way I am.
Yeah. Even though, just say there's a about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Even though I feel uncomfortable dancing to circular music, I really love and accept myself just the way that I am.
Raise your arm and right underneath your armpit, just there, yeah. Even though
I feel uncomfortable dancing to circular music, I love and accept myself the way that I am.
Okay, we're gonna go one more around again. Just say, even I love myself just the way that I am. Starting from the middle finger. I love myself just the way that I am. I love myself
just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am.
In the chest.
I love myself just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am.
I love dancing and I love myself. Mm-hmm.
I love dancing and I love myself.
I love dancing and I love
dancing. I love dancing and I love myself. 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 I love dancing and I love myself.
I love dancing.
I love dancing and I love myself. I love dancing and I love myself.
I love dancing.
I love dancing and I love myself. I love dancing and I love myself.
I love dancing
and I love myself.
I love
dancing and I love myself.
So tell me, on a scale of 0 to 4, where we were, where are you? You want to dance?
I'm on a 0. I'm on a 0. I'm on a 0.
See, I'm dancing with you. We are on 0 and we're not going back to 4. Rise up with ugly head, tap it away, just tap it away, just tap it away. Follow that sequence from tap it away. Am I relieved? How do you feel right now?
I feel so relaxed in my chest. I had to just breathe out. I feel like a part of me is dancing inside and just wants to let it out.
How the child in you wants to be let out.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. So
free.
So what are we gonna do different? What are you gonna so in the we feel good about dancing now. So tell me, what are you gonna do in the next week, in the next month? What are we gonna do to keep yourself enjoying what you are gonna start doing? What are you gonna start doing and how often? Let's put it that way.
I think I'll incorporate dancing into a part of my day. Maybe say free time, maybe lunchtime at work or something, just put in music and dance while I eat. I'll incorporate dancing into my quiet times with God. I think to just show him that you gave me this gift, I appreciate it, and I want to show you that I'm a hot stepper. So, yes.
Okay, so let's talk about rest very, very briefly. So you've said to me, so let me just understand that the way forward is you're going to incorporate dancing into your daily routine, your quiet time, and you make sure that this you dance every day, and then you build on from there. Okay. And anytime you feel like something stopping you, what are we gonna do?
I'm gonna dance.
And you're gonna tap it away. You're gonna tap it away. Once you get rid of it completely, you just dance. You get to a point where you don't have to tap because nothing up to that. But if for any reason you feel something stopping you from dancing, that thought comes like, why are you dancing? Tap it away and get yourself into that state where you are ready to. You're free. Just set yourself free from those negative. You get out of your own head, like you said. That's how to get out of your own head. Just tap yourself out of your own head. Okay. So, how do you feel about fun, recreation, and rest at the end of today? How would you say you feel? You see, you're relaxing. Well done.
Thank you so much.
I hope I've been able to help you.
Yes, you have. I mean, I didn't even know that all three were connected until you said it. I just felt like they were three different words, but in a way, it's like intertwined, and I believe that also this would help me mind-wise, in my mind, help me emotionally, and also just really help me with the results that I get, the physical manifestations of results that I get to see. And so it's almost like you've helped me to connect the dots. And when you mentioned to me, you said you actually know how to find rest. I mean, those 5 steps, like I didn't know that. It was just all over. But thank you, Coach. Thank you so much. I feel so relaxed. I feel like, like
rest now. Go and dance, go and enjoy yourself, become creative and recreation. So the things that you love to do, just create, be creative and enjoy life. Because life is for living, my dear.
So, how did you feel before the session? How did you feel during and after the session?
Oh my goodness. I don't think I could have coached a better person. The synergy, the connection, the ability to see and understand her, and she herself being herself, because obviously she wasn't prepared. But there were no inhibitions. She was herself. She was able to express her deepermost feelings and emotions. She was honest. She was true. She was real. It could go on for another 2 hours at the time. It was a lovely experience.
So what were the aha moments and the highlights in the sessions?
So I think the first one for me was the fact that when I went in there, I was thinking of, I'm going to explain the benefits of rest, and she's going to highlight why she's struggling because she's overworked and she's concentrating on work and work and work. So my mind was already in a particular space, even though I was open to see how you all pan out. So my first aha moment was when she said that fun to her was dancing. And I thought, wow. And I'm thinking, so what stops you from dancing? Everybody just gets up and dances. And I realized that there was a deeper belief that was actually undergirding her feeling like she wasn't having fun. So that was my first aha moment, that it wasn't to do with what I would have termed fun. It was something to do with her belief around dancing. So that was the first aha moment for me. I've heard a few, but that was the first one.
All right, fantastic. And how did the session progress, and how did you end the session with her? What kind of tools did you use, and how did the session go?
So yes, she was able to realize that her worry and her issue with being to express herself was because she was conscious of what people felt and her religious understanding about secular music. But then she was able to see God, her father, and his perspective about her being able to have fun. Because the last time she had fun in that respect was when she was a child, listening to secular music. And every time she listened and heard this kind of music and started dancing, she felt condemned and felt like she had to go back into that shell of religion holding her bound. So she left the session able to deal with. She was on a 10 when we started on the negative thing about dancing and not being able to dance. We got to a 4, and the 4 she was very happy. I said, how do we get to 0? And she goes, when she doesn't really care about anybody and she just dances. And I said, okay, when that emotion comes, let's introduce tapping. so that when she feels like she wants to dance and she can't dance, just tap it away. And she was able to laugh at the end of tapping it away. And I know what to do whenever I feel like enjoying and having fun. I'm just going to tap away every negative emotion and just dance.
Wow. So you talked about
But that was
tapping,
just one
tapping.
of the areas.
So you talked about tapping. I mean, is that coaching? You know, what is tapping, and how did that help her in that moment?
So tapping is not is we incorporate it in integrative coaching, but it is it's part of it's a technique that we use in neuro linguistic programming, and it's to help the client relieve the meridian point where there might be pressure or stress or tension, allowing her to relieve herself of whatever negative emotions are, because all this tension is built up in your bodies in different parts and you don't realize it, and when you tap you actually release those tension points to give you that relief that you're looking for, and it's mostly emotional but you don't realize it. So that ability to tap it away was able to change her state.
Thank you very, very much for your commitment to the success of the Transformation Show. You know, God bless and increase you on every side. So thank you very much and have a good day.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Tissy, for having me on the show as well. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
So during the session, the coach asked me some very, very pertinent questions, some very important questions that I'd never thought of and I'd never asked myself. I mean, that's what I believe the whole essence of coaching should be, to be able to help you, you know, walk through some things you're not aware of and help you become aware. So she questioned me on, so when I say questioned me, she asked me certain questions that I was not thinking about, that I didn't even know anything about, and it made me think. And in that moment, thinking about it, I was able to come up with answers. I mean, I didn't even think I was giving answers. I just felt like I was responding to the questions she was asking me after thinking through them. And then she helped me with tapping. So I realized that at a particular point, I'd mentioned earlier that I kind of have a lot of energy and a lot going on, a lot of activity happening on the inside of me. And so she taught me tapping, how to tap, especially when I feel like I'm slowly tilting towards anxiety or fear or doubt. I plan to do a lot of that. I plan to affirm myself a lot and affirm for whatever it is that I'm believing or want to have in my life. The Eureka moment was actually the point where the coach said to me, she listened to everything I had to say and then she smiled and she said, you actually know what you have to do. You just have to then put it into a process and begin to repeat this process until you finally see the result that you want to achieve. And for me, that was like, the answer is right here inside of me. And you know, that was just it for me. That was it.
If you need a coach or therapist, or would like to train to become a certified coach or therapist, please call +234 8098 883 555 or +234 8077 077 000. Alternatively, send an email to hello@thecatalystng.com.